Oye, I'm at the airport preparing to go home. I've been waiting here a couple hours for the next plane. It leaves at like 7:30, and then I have an hour flight and then a 2-hour delay in Lima, and then to Miami, and I land at 5 a.m. There's actually no time difference here in Peru from where I'm at right now in Florida. I'm extremely sick right now. I'm not really sure how to talk about these things, though I would like to be completely transparent. So I talked a little bit about the ayahuasca ceremony. I'd like to talk a little bit more about it. Well, first things first, I threw up like 30 minutes after drinking it, and then like a couple hours passed or whatever, and I still don't feel anything, so I asked for more, and I could feel the energy shifts and everything, and honestly, I was like, man, it's like I'm on Aya all the time, because like the experiences I was having, honestly, like I feel like I experience on a normal day-to-day level of like the visions in my mind, and also the psychic sensitive abilities, like the information that was coming to me, and maybe it was just like a really low dosage, you know, so it didn't really affect me. However, after my second dose, I started feeling like almost withdrawal feelings, because I managed, no, that's a lie, I was gonna say I managed to keep it down, but no, I remember I threw up again. And he was like, relax, relax, the shaman. The shaman was a very gorgeous man, and he was super spiritual, and I really liked his energy. And like the shaman's job is like, yeah, they rock you and they comfort you. And we had an intense connection, let's just put it that way. And like I started feeling withdrawal feelings, and when he touched my head or like my hand or anything, like I was instantly comforted, and I just didn't want him to stop, you could say. And then yeah, one thing led to the next, and we started making out, and my dad started talking about how like this guy, you know, he does this for a living, so he's probably like making out with chicks all the time, you know, and always has these, especially like this kind of drug that like makes you like feel like we're all one kind of thing. But now I think I have mono. I showed a video before this video of like my infected throat, and I kind of wanted to post on Instagram the picture that I took, but like I don't really want to post negative stuff anymore, even though I'm in like a really, really negative state right now, and I've been crying like a lot and very upset. I'll be honest, like I had like some naive thoughts, okay? I had like this fantasy that I would leave the Matrix, you know, that I would stop all the ego stuff, all of it, and I would go to Peru, and I'd live off the land, and I'd have a husband, and it's cheaper to live there, and then I would get to have babies, lots and lots of babies. And I just totally got off on that idea. He had super long hair, he was super cute, he was super smart and spiritual. And he asked for my information, I gave it to him, and I saw him last, technically Friday morning, but my session was on Thursday, and I still haven't heard from him. So of course, I felt like my heart was like ripped out and sacrificed to the gods. He was even saying like, I don't know if you were my husband or my wife in a past life. I just really liked him, and I made like an oath with God that if he contacted me yesterday, that I would come out to Peru and like, yeah. And then all that turned to crap basically. And then I started like comparing like my past exes, you could say, like Graham. Like Graham's really a person who's like really emotionally serving, like someone, like he's the dude who like if I see him downtown, like he'll pick me up and lift me up and kiss me in public in front of everyone. And I kind of like really liked that. Part of me was like really shy, but part of me got really mad because like I want that kind of treatment like forever. Like I don't want to just date and hook up and just play around. Like I'm looking for permanency, like a real husband and real. I'm not like in a rush to have kids, so I wouldn't mind, you know, dude with tubes tied type thing, or at least like, you know, you can get it temporarily tied and then we can fix it later since that's an option for men. And let's see what else here. Oh, I started going to Machu Picchu, and then I saw this dude, and this dude looked just like Zach, and it like kind of messed me up and kind of like froze me. because I remember all these feelings and thoughts that I once had about about us being together, and how like I at one point really knew that he was the one, and that one day he would come around and be romantic and loving like Graham type thing. Although like I'm being shown as well that it's very important for me to basically be single and be available to the world and myself, to be of service, and I have to still keep doing my seva and go to Amrit Institute and continue at the ashram if they welcome me there. There's a lot of politics, you can say. The Matrix, man. I want out. And he even talked about, his name was Roberto, and he talked about how like people have to choose Matrix world or spiritual path. And frankly, I'm choosing the spiritual path right now. And then like I feel like this is my karma, my sickness. And I'll be honest, it could be from drinking the sink water of Peru, because I found out that you're not supposed to do that because it's very high in aluminums and stuff like that. And then also I was digging in the dirt with my hands, so it's very possible that I inhaled some type of bacteria on Machu Picchu. I rarely wash my hands, so that's an option too. I shared drinks during the shamanic ceremony. And then I'm hearing Kitty in my head right now. Kitty was talking about, and actually I had another dude who had a ayahuasca ceremony or whatever, like a shamanic experience, and they said that exactly like the shaman like should have held the space. And like I thought about that in the session too, because it felt like, honestly, a mutual healing session. Like I was kind of like pinching his skin and like really tapping into his energy, and kind of like giving a massage on the arms and stuff like that, and just like it was kind of like my way of saying thank you. But like, yeah, obviously, I was on so who knows? But like in the morning, I feel like I was sober, and then like we smoked and we hung out and made out, and oh my God, it was just so beautiful. I just never wanted to leave. And then like I remember holding myself back. Like I remember wanting to like kiss him goodbye, or like on the cheek, or like doing anything. But like since my dad was there, and like honestly, I'm like still hiding who I am, you can say. Like not that my dad has a problem, like my dad knows now that like I made out with him, and that's why like I'm sick. But like I also feel like kind of like, the word would probably be slut shaming, right? Like I feel dirty, I feel like I'm trying too hard, and it's like a lesson that I have to learn to stop trying so hard to like I don't even know what to say, man. It's just very clear that I have a lot of physical needs, and like I'm in a lot of physical pain right now, like in my throat and in my thighs, like from hiking Machu Picchu. Oh my God, I'm so sore. We got a massage, and it was $15 each for an hour, and it's actually $300 a month to live here in Peru. I looked into that too. I'm thinking about selling my things. I'm thinking about going to the ashram. I'm not really sure what to do. I'm just like kind of really like not happy right now, and I've been crying in public here at the airport, and just like kind of feeling sorry for myself, and like angry. I keep like trying to find this person to go into like this little box, basically. Like I want a big man hand on my face. I want someone who wants to make babies. I want someone who like holds me when I go to sleep, and then I want to wake up with them holding me, to the point where like their subconscious mind, like they don't let go. Like to me, like when couples they go to sleep holding each other, then they like you wake up with your backs turned type thing, like you let go. Like I feel like that's the subconscious. Like subconsciously, you're not that hyper connected. I've had relationships where just like we were so connected, and I'm just like desperately looking for a superior connection. And I definitely had that with Zach, and it wasn't even it was non-sexual, and like that's kind of what messes me up the most. And then you have Graham, who's like emotionally serving, but then he doesn't want to stop drinking and smoking, and doesn't really want to get married and have kids, and then here I am, I'm sunburned from horseback riding. I'm in a lot of physical pain. I'm mentally abusing myself. And with the sickness feeling, like it's really hard to shift consciousness. I have some really beautiful messages I want to share that I wrote notes in my phone when I was on Aya. I wrote down a few things that stepped through, and I actually made an Instagram post kind of symbolizing those things, So please see my Instagram. It's @Trina Mason, just like in the description of the video. I'm really just choosing to be transparent as possible right now because I'm sincerely looking for friends and like people in my life who are going to offer me light and love and hold the space for me, you know, during my journey as I'm finding myself and my other half. I talked to my dad about moving, you know, and being out of Florida. There's a lot of things that are going on. I'm kind of just getting frustrated. And like, sometimes I wonder, do I just want what I can't have? I don't know. I just know that I don't feel well and that like I could really use some love right now. Though at the same time, like, I feel guilty that I'm sick. Like, for example, like my dad's here, right? He's like sitting over there. And like part of me wants to like go cuddle up my dad. But like I don't want to get my dad sick. And like you could say my dad and I struggle to like show affection for each other. Like we're both like very kind of like distant people. But then like also I'm kind of like super romantic too, so it's like it's weird. I'm also obsessively thinking about that dog. I wish I could bring that dog home so much. Like I'm like kind of jealous of like Steve-O, you know? It's like, dang, Steve-O. I wish I could walk your path a little bit. I wish I knew what it would cost to bring the dog home. I wish that I had the resources to pay for its veterinary care and like to bring it back and take care of it until it dies. Like, I don't really attach to dogs like that often, you know that? I'm trying my best to like control my stress because it'll make my other health circumstances react. This is just like a time period of me where it's like, it's hard to exist. And like being in Peru also hit home because bloodletting has been like a very serious thing for me since I was a child. And like my anger and all these things are causing all of those past coping mechanisms, yearnings, or whatever you want to call them, like everything's being triggered and coming back up. But like I have to constantly remind myself that I gotta stop seeking without, and I gotta go more within, and I gotta take better care of myself, and I gotta be more loving towards myself and like exactly not give myself to like the first person that shows me is like romantic interest. Zach is sending me some amazing text messages right now and like it makes me love him for it. And then I feel guilty because of like Graham, you know, like I would love for things to just genuinely work out and for everyone to be happy, and like I'm not trying to lead anyone on or anything. I don't know what to do, okay? I tried to get Zach to do a QHHT session. He won't do it. He won't do it. I offered to pay for it. He won't do it. I had Graham have a session. He was thankful for it. He was revealed a lot of information. Yet the self-harm, it doesn't stop. Meaning smoking and drinking. I brought back so many rocks. I haven't made it through Lima yet, so fingers crossed that I can make it home with all the rocks that I found. I actually found this at Machu Picchu, which is amazing because it's I'm pretty sure it's rhodochrosite or rhodonite. I'm pretty sure it's rhodochrosite because there's no black. I'm really grateful that like I know all these things about crystals, and like I'm thinking about going online to the Love and Light School, Ashley Lay's school, and learning more about crystals and being more serious about my sadhana. And like I really want to go see Amrit. I haven't spoke to Amrit since the first day we met, and I'm really hoping that I can connect with him soon before he leaves for India. Part of me wishes I was going to India too. I'm also freaking out because the museum's closing soon. And yeah, I gotta like get my figure out what I'm gonna do for money, you know? Like I really want to keep doing readings. And I'm thinking about bringing it to YouTube. Dude, where are all my tissues? I lost all my tissues. I had a bunch of tissues. Watch me be gross. Yeah, I'm gross. Ugh. I'm just like devastated in some levels. There's so much self-hatred, so much misunderstanding, and I think I can remember the quote of what I wrote. I said, during AI, I said, "You only hate you because you don't know and understand and love the whole you," or something like that, you know? Like, I hate myself sometimes because I'm a very sexual being. But the truth is, like, I don't really understand me, you know? And it's not that it's so wrong. In other countries, it's not that big of a deal. For example, Roberto saw in my phone the erotic photographs and things like that. And he kind of just laughed. You know, like, it was just like an ego thing for me. Which is true, because I'm not going to be who I am now forever. And, like, you can only imagine how that messes with a girl's self-esteem, like, as you age and stuff like that, when all of your income and all of that is based off of that. And so, like, I'm trying my best to just, you know, level up. But, like, a lot of people are shaming me and not letting me, move on, you know? They're trying to, like, rub my face and shit type thing. Zach is one of the greatest friends I've ever had. Which is what makes me want to, like, marry him and have a husband in him, you know, just so he's, like, with me all the time. But that's also ego and control, and I recognize that. But at the same time, like, I feel like it's possible to have, like, the love that I'm looking for. However, I'm also being shown that until I can give that to myself and really, like, have self-discipline and persistence or whatever, only then. I just had a vision of another thing that stepped through. So, this is gonna be weird to say, but, like, so I caught intense feelings, right? And, like, I fantasized in my head, like, when I'm on AI, imagine this, I'm fantasizing about kissing the bottom of his foot, like, and then I was just imagining how much love was, like, in my kiss that I was gonna give him to his foot type thing, or just, like, anywhere at the time, you know. But I, like, remember I'm tripping balls or whatever, and but not really, like, it was, I don't know, it was a low dosage. My dad said he felt nothing. My dad had, like, 7 cups. He just thinks it was a bad batch. I wouldn't mind trying it again, and I can actually do it in South Florida, and I think I'm gonna do it. I also want to try some other things too, you know, and I know it's not the smartest idea. I know that too. It's so complicated, okay? I just need the freedom to make my own choices right now, and I'm not, like, guaranteeing what I'm going to do, okay? I'll let time speak for itself, and I'll let the videos speak for themselves of what I'm gonna do. Can't breathe. I feel like I'm a kid again. Like, when I was a kid, I had chronic bronchitis, and then when I was at the gathering, I had sinusitis, and I was sick for months. I'm so, like, bothered right now. I'm doing my best. I'm not sure if you can tell, but, like, the lymph nodes seem swollen. No, you're good. I'm just hiding. Awkward. There's, like, a bunch of people in the airport, and they're probably, like, all knowing that I'm crying over here and stuff. I'm just, like, shedding all of this skin and learning all of these lessons again and again. My birthday's coming up. My birthday is coming up. That makes so much sense. 3 months before your birthday for girls. 3 months after your birthday for boys. Some girls have more, some girls have more yang energy, so sometimes those things can be reversed. I'm being blown up on text messages from Kitty and Zach. I should probably respect them and look at them. I'm just, like, in a moment of feeling sorry for myself. But, like, all of this publicity, or, like, all these public people, like, coming around, it's, like, making it not such a safe environment to, like, be myself. I need to work on being more comfortable with myself. That stepped through a lot too. Truly loving and appreciating myself on all levels and truly accepting all that is, including my illness. It's frustrating. It creates like a lot of violence and anger, which then turns to like, yeah, violence and rage. I mean, sadness. I mean, I'm kind of out of it. I'm sick. It's been 20 minutes. I've given you. There you go. It's not always rainbows for the people like me. All you see is the shine sometimes. You don't really know how many things I've been through and how much more lays ahead and how strong I am. I love you. I'll catch you later.